Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on tonight's team call. It's the beginning of the fall, and I don't know about you, but I am ready to crush the October, November, December, last 3 months of the year. And there's a ton of new things obviously going for us. We have the work that premiered today. We have pumpkin spice that just came out, or just came back. We'll have the new mocha mint Shakeology, I believe, in November. And then the vegan beach bar, I think that's going to be this year. Okay, we'll go with yes, it's going to be this year. So there's a lot of things that you guys can invite to get involved and to just pick one thing and go hard with it, right? Like, I know a lot of people are kind of confused, like, well, I'm still doing MM100 and then there's the work, and like, choose one thing and go with it, right? Like, we obviously can't do two programs at once, but pick one, get a group going, and invite to it. November 3rd, I believe, is Super Sunday, Super Saturday. Make sure you get to one that weekend, November 3rd. Philly, I know, is already sold out with Autumn, but go in the group. There's like the Philly Fusion page. There's a million tickets already being swapped. So don't feel like you still can't go in Philly. Everybody else, find a place and get to it. Get hyped up again. It's always, for me, it's always the events that get me excited again. It's always getting on calls that, if I'm going through something, for me, like, the past 4 months have been a blur, but getting on calls and speaking to you guys and just like having that real person connection absolutely makes a difference. So get to things, do stuff, even if it's just going out to lunch or getting on the phone while you're upline. I don't know if Jessica's on the call right now, but she just called me last week just to say hi. Or like, I talked to Amanda last week right before the team call. It was like, so good to hear everyone's voice. It doesn't always have to be about the business, but get involved somehow, some way, and it will bring that heart back into why you're a part of this community. So I asked Ashley to speak on our team call tonight because I love her, number one. Number two, her team always is crushing it. And if you guys don't know, we have a few new coaches on the call. Ashley is my success partner. I think, I don't know, like 3-4 years going. Before I found Ashley, I did the whole success partner, like, speed dating pretty much, where you like feel out someone and you're like, they're not for me. And then you feel out this person, like, they're not for me. And then, I don't know, we found each other through, I think, like a corporate call. And before my baby, we used to do like awesome power hours in the morning. We will get back to them, but it's just great to have somebody to connect with, because even though we're not doing those power hours, because I have, screaming baby all the time, she checks in with me, right? And when she had her baby, I checked in with her. So she is just crushing it, and she'll be at leadership with her coach. And I'm excited for that. Let's see, I should know all your accolades, but 4-star diamond, right? Been in the business for 6 years, almost 6 years. We'll say that. She has 3 kids, and I kind of want to say 4 because Cody technically should count as another one. And you hear Dave laughing. He goes, Cody and Dave are like BFF. So Ashley, thanks for hopping on the call and talking to us and just giving us whatever you got. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Hi guys, thank you for all of that. Yeah, I think we've been partners for almost 4 years. I remember it was right before that cruise where I got pregnant. I got pregnant on the last cruise, not this last one, but the one before that, with my 3rd child. So it was right before that, and she's almost 3, so almost 4 years. But yeah, guys, I'm Ashley LaShure, 4-star diamond, and it's been in the business for almost 6 years. I think the end of November will be 6 years. And the first few months of the business, I was just a discount coach. I had no intention of really working the business. I just wanted a discount on my workouts. And I didn't even get Shakeology at first either. I literally just got hip hop abs. So I don't even know why I wanted a discount on that. I think it was like $20. But I literally had no money. I borrowed the money from my mom. And I really had no intention of doing this business at all. And I don't even think I even knew what a coach was, but I just knew at that time in my life, I really needed to change. I really wanted to take care of my own self, take care of my health, all of that. And that was just my into it. And then within 3 months, I felt a huge difference physically, mentally, and I really just wanted to change. I was working 3 jobs. I was finishing college. I was finishing my bachelor's degree. I was a single mom at the time of 1 child. He's going to be 12 in 6 days actually, which is insane to me. So I was a single mom at the time, and I was taking care of my mom too. She was going through chemo and going through surgery. So often I had to spend the night at her house with my son, a lot, just to make sure she was able to get in the shower and, get around, get to the bathroom, all that stuff. So I was insanely busy, but at that time I was just so sick of my life. I was so sick of being busy. I was so sick of living paycheck to paycheck and, having all that time away from my son. I mean, as you can imagine, working 3 jobs, finishing college, being a single mom and helping my mom, I had no time with my son at all. I didn't get to take him to school. I didn't get to do breakfast with him. I didn't get to, do the bath time or dinner time or tuck him into bed. I didn't get to do any of that stuff, very rarely. So it was just an awful time. So I really wanted to dig in this business. And I remember at the moment of sitting in the hospital one time with my mom, and she was passed out because if you know anything about chemo, you like instantly fall asleep. And I would always bring my computer and do a little bit of work on there. And I was just scrolling through Facebook, and my coach had me in her coach group. And I just saw everyone just, having fun, and they're all besties, and they were paying off their debt and doing all these things, filling up their gas tanks. It was so crazy that the littlest things like that stuck out to me. Filling up their gas tanks, buying groceries without even thinking about it, things like that. Because for me, I would go to the grocery store with like $15, and I would have to like tally on a piece of paper, okay, I bought some bread, that's going to be like $1 something. I need this, it's going to be $1 something, and tally it up until I was able to get a little bit under that 15, just so I wasn't embarrassed of cashing out. And then as far as gas, I could put like $5, $10 in my tank and literally survive off that. And it's kind of crazy to me that, with this business, we get, that everyone's saying, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. And it's like, I can afford to put $5 to $10 gas in my car and live off that and survive off that, or $15 of groceries and survive off that for a week. Like, we can figure this out if you want it. So I just like to share that because I was insanely busy when I first started this business, and I literally only had 20 minutes a day. Well, I didn't even have that time, but I made that time where I was spending at least just 20 minutes consistently on this business. And with 14 months of me actually doing that consistently, I was able to triple my income. I quit all 3 of those jobs, and I've been working from home ever since. So I just like to share that really quick with you guys. But enough of that. I wanted to talk about onboarding with you guys. I briefly talked to Rose about how I switched my onboarding process. And in this business, you have to know that a lot of times you are going to switch the way you do things, and that's okay. Some way might work with you for a year, and then eventually, you might want to switch it up and do something else too. So I recently switched my onboarding process, and I wanted to share with you guys because it's very important to have some sort of process, especially with, having somebody new come in and building a business, because, you want to guide them and, teach them the way as well, so they're not confused. And the way, my toddler is over here making a crazy mess, so hopefully she's not too loud for you guys. But so with this new process I have going on, I wanted to share with you guys because I've had, ever since I changed it, a lot of my new coaches have been hitting Emerald within the first or second day of signing up. They don't even have their package out and they're already hitting Emerald. So I really think it's important to have some sort of process. But let me share my screen. So first and foremost, you want to announce your new coaches. You want to announce them, make something up pretty. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, okay. I don't do anything crazy on my page of announcing them. I just do it in my team page. And then I also do it on my Instagram stories, just because people that are watching you, they want to feel that FOMO. Like, I know you guys, you probably feel that FOMO when a lot of coaches are going on these trips. You're like, oh, I wish I was on that trip. I know I used to feel that way all the time. And so you want to create, oh, oh my gosh. Real life over here with kids. Anyways, before I get knocked out by a dang light, what was I saying? Mom brain. Oh, FOMO. You want to create that FOMO with other people watching your stuff as well. So you want to share it on your stories too. So after that, I send them a getting started email. So in this email, I just briefly, say welcome, congrats on deciding to become a coach. I'm thrilled to have you on my team. I also put my number at the top of the page. And I'll tell you why too in a little bit. And I tell them to text me when they're done completing this email. And then I put a couple action steps in here. One, I have attached my Getting Started Right packet, and I've attached that for them. And I can share this email with Rose too if she wants to share it with you guys too. My Getting Started Right packet is for the people that I sign up in my virtual gym, so clients. And what it is, it's just a little packet where it just shows you where to find your workouts, Beachbody On Demand, how you can access it, the different platforms you can access it on, getting through your nutrition, figuring that out, everything that a new client needs to know, it's all in that packet. So I send that to them right away too, just so they have that as well to start sharing with their new clients. Number two, take the time to join my private coach group over on Facebook along with my virtual gym. So I link both. I link my coach group, and then I also link my virtual gym. So I used to just quickly add them myself in there, but I figured out join this and link it in there. The ones that are going to actually click on it and join it and do these steps are the ones that are actually going to work the business. So I try to give them that, what am I trying to say? I was going to say self-awareness, but that makes no sense. I'm trying to give them that, the confidence to do things on their own right from the start, if that makes sense. So join these steps, join the coach group, join the virtual gym. Number three, do this short step-by-step training to set up your direct deposit. I say that just so they click on it and get right into it because, you want to start making money. So I'll show that really quick over here too. It's just a little form, step-by-step form of them going through different things, the new coach. I think I've said my name in here. I just have a little welcome to the team quick YouTube video. And none of these videos are long. They're just super short, super quick. Step one, setting up your direct deposit. So it goes through it, teaches them how to set that up. So that way that is all taken care of. Getting them familiarized with the Coach Online Office. Also another link for team pages. What is Success Club and how do you hit it? That way they're learning all these basic things right in this little step-by-step training. They're learning, what Success Club is, how they hit it, what it means, all that different things. And also a little quick YouTube video as well on it. Step 5, running and promoting challenge groups. Again, learning the basics of what they need to know for running a group, getting clients in. And it really is detailed. It's like step-by-step. If you want to do it on the challenge tracker app, this is how you do it. Sign in here, yada, yada, yada. And then also learning how to do, the daily to-do list, the power hour, going into detail of that. And then also postings in there, giving them a few different ideas of different things they can post. Understanding volume, I think that's something all coaches, should start to understand right from the start as well. Tracking your business, that's a huge thing, tracking. And how to get their first challenger or coach signed up. The share cart, all that step-by-step. I have a little video of how to use the share cart in there as well. And then also branding yourself and your biz, because I think it's super important to teach my team, for any coach really, to really learn to brand yourself and, you know, sell yourself. You're not selling Beachbody, you're selling who you are, because people can get these workouts anywhere. They can get them on the freaking Fire Stick. They can go have someone burn it. I don't think anyone does it anymore, but there are ways to get these on your own for free. So you are selling yourself. You are not, you know, selling Beachbody. So I like to teach that right from the start as well. And then congrats them on completing it. So it's not anything crazy long, a little step-by-step training. And then number 4 in the email, I have them take time to watch our last Getting Started Right call. So we do these calls every other Monday. They're usually like 30 to 40 minutes. So it's a 30 to 40 minute recording of our last call. If we do have one pretty close where they've signed up, I'll just tell them to join that. But most of the time I just link it in here so they don't even have to wait. And what it is just going through the basics of the 4 vital behaviors, a power hour, how to post, what you should be posting, a coming out post is what I like to call it, you know, your first coach post. And then I tell them to text me once they're done. And that's where I've linked my phone number again. And the reason I have them text me is because I think it's very personable. And also, when you have somebody who's taking the time to go through all of this, and then they're texting you when they're done, that means they want to work the business. And I've learned that from switching my onboarding process to this. Because before I would put them into, you know, this crazy training on Facebook or a crazy units training or whatever it is. I used to have a website with training, like all this, you know, crazy stuff where they're getting overwhelmed. It's not really step by step. And this way I can not handheld them, but guide them through the process rather than throwing it all at them. So let me stop sharing that. Okay, send them an email. So once they text me after that email that they've gotten everything done, that's where I ask them if they have any questions. I say, you know, do you have any questions on anything that you've covered, that you've gone over, any of the training, any of that stuff? If they do, we cover it. If they don't, then we move on. So that's where I move on to having them doing their coming out post. So if they haven't done a post yet, I encourage them to do a coming out post, and I give them an idea of, I honestly hate the posts where it's like, hey, I'm a new coach. I'm looking for 5 people to join me on this new journey. I don't like that because that's never how I've ever been in this business. And that goes back to really branding you and yourself. So I always give them an idea of just posting a picture of themselves, or my latest girl, she loved to go like on bike rides with her husband. And so I just told her to post like a view of the bike ride and just talk about how she's been on this fitness journey already. And it's encouraged her to want to start up this new business, and just share that part rather than saying you're looking for people to join you, but just sharing that you are doing this now. So I have them do their coming out post, and then I also have them make a list of 50 people. And I tell them not to think about it, just make a list of 50 people that you can see doing this business with you. And that I tell them anyone, don't think about it. Anyone that maybe you have been friends with on Facebook that you can just tell that they would make a great business partner with you. Or maybe any of your best friends, anyone that you went to high school with, that maybe you know, you don't have to talk to them recently, but you went to high school with them, you were friends then, and maybe you think that they would, you know, be good at this business with you. So I have them make that list of 50 people, and then I tell them to text me again once they have that list. So once they have that list, let me share my screen again. I go through this little these invites. So it's kind of all here too, and I'll send this to Rose as well. I have this in my notes section. So first, I send this little blurb to them. This week, I want you to go through all of Facebook, Instagram, and your phone contact list and write down all the names of the people that you think would be good at coaching or maybe interested. Don't leave anyone out. So that's what I tell them when I tell them to make the list. And I tell them to write down the list and send me a picture of the list, and then I'll help them invite them. And the reason I do that is accountability. That way, you know that they did it. You know they took time and made this list. So when they do send it to me, they text me back. I give them little things to say, and I tell them too, like, this is how I would talk. So if there's any way, you know, that you talk that would be different than the script that I'm sending you, then please tweak it, because I want you to sound like you and not like me. So I always make sure I say that. So I have them send something like, hey, so I don't know if you've seen my post, but I just started as a health and fitness coach, and I had to reach out to you about joining my team. So right here where it says you're into fitness or whatever, blah, blah, that's where I tell them to put something, the reason why you think that they would be great at this as well. And super inspiring, and I feel like you'd really kill this with me. Can I send you some details? And then I kind of give them a little script to go off. Third, awesome. Can I have your email for info? If you don't want to use email, you can just send it to them right from that point. And then, okay, send this to anyone who gives you their email wanting more info. So below they say, hey girl, thanks for chatting with me over on Instagram. It's a little easier here. Hope this works for you. Here's the recording to the webinar my team did explaining what I do for a living. I hope you can find time to watch it. So this, you can do a webinar. If you do any type of other, sneak peeks, or you have a group going on, or you do, a lot of teams do the Instagram sneak peek now. So whatever you want to link there, you can link it there. But this is just what I share with them. So that way you're giving them basically a script that they can use and go through these. So that's why I have them make that list. Once they have that list, I basically send them this little script, go through this, talk to them, and send them that, info going through that. And the reason I have them have my text or my phone number so they can text me is so that way it's kind of like an urgent thing. I want to help these girls that are starting and are actually running with the business, rather than having them wait in my inbox on Instagram or Facebook or in our team page, or waiting to get on a call. That way, when they're having these conversations, I can not instantly, but quicker get back to them on helping them get through these conversations. Okay, let's see. Having the messages. Yeah, that's my onboarding process. I do want to end it though with a little bit of, some motivation. Let me stop sharing this. Some motivation for you guys, because that's why I shared a little bit of my story in the beginning too, because I've had a lot of coaches on my team recently say that they don't have time to work this business. And, they really want to, they don't have time, but I like to share that part of my story, because if I can freaking make time out of my busy life when I was working 3 jobs, guys, I was a single mom, I was finishing college, I was taking care of my mom too. Like, I couldn't breathe. And I have girls telling me they don't have time because they're working 1 full-time job and they have 1 child, or they're going to school, or whatever it may be. If you want this business, you can make the time. You will find the time. I used to wake up at 3 in the morning. And that's insane. It sounds insane, but I used to wake up at 3 in the morning so I could get my 20 minutes in, and then I could work out, and then I could get in the shower and go to work by 6:30 in the morning. So if it's something you really want, you will find the time to make it happen, no matter what it is. And I had to share this with you guys because it really, I think Rose can relate to me on this, because we've been success partners for a while. When you're in this business for so long, you are really consistent. Like, I was crazy consistent when I first started. And then as soon as I got pregnant with my 3rd child, it kind of dwindled down, and my business slowed down a little bit, and I still did the basics. I still hit Success Club. I think there's a couple months where I didn't, but I still did. I was still helping clients. I was still signing up coaches, but it was just like the bare minimum of just keeping my business afloat. So, when you're in this business so long, you go through those things. You go through life and you're not as consistent, and you don't show up when you should, especially when you work from home too. It's easier to not show up. So I heard on another call, I forgot the coach that said this too, but it literally kicked me in the ass. And I have been so consistent since then. I've been waking up at 5 in the morning. I've been working for 3 hours, and then I work out and I go about my day. I'm done working by 8:30 in the morning when everyone else is going to their 9 to 5, which I think is amazing. But so I had to share with you guys. She said, when you don't show up to work your business, you can tell your family or your kids or your spouse that they weren't worth you showing up to build your future. They weren't worth it. And I was like, wow, damn, that is powerful. I don't know why that stuck with me. I don't know if it's because I'm a mom or what, but when she said that, I was like, damn, that is very powerful. Like, you're not worth it for me to show up for 20 minutes today to build our future. You're definitely not worth it. Like, what the fuck? Like that, I don't know why that stuck to me so much, but I had to share with you guys just because I like to end every call that I do with a little bit of motivation or some kick in the ass, but you all can do this. Everyone can do this. And you don't have to have some crazy onboarding process. You don't have to have some crazy training. You don't have to have a crazy following. You don't have to have 3 hours. You don't have to have any of that. You just have to be consistent. And I tell all my girls that all it takes is being consistent. I was consistent with 20 minutes a day, and that's why I built my business within 14 months and was able to do the things that I did. So it just takes consistency. I don't care if it's just 10 minutes, just do something, but make sure you're actually doing something within that time that you are working. And that's all I have.
Ta-da! I love when your halo actually fell on you like a halo. I was like, damn it. When I post a recording, I'm totally going to take a picture of that.
I was going to say, hope someone took a picture of that.
That was so good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was so good. And I want people to be like, realize like and like you said, we go through ups and downs in this business, especially I think like 6 years. I'm like, oh my God, that's so long. But like in reality, it's not that long. But like, as long as you stick with this, even if like, like, yes, I'm kind of, we're able to coast. Like, Ashley, you were able to coast. And then when Rem grew up a little bit, you had more time, or now you're getting up at 5 o'clock. Like, you have all these like balls that you're juggling. Mm-hmm. And you just figure a way out, right? And it's about just not giving up, not quitting, not saying it's too hard, but saying, all right, it's hard, but how can I continue on doing this? And also like with like the people that you're bringing on now, how many people did you have to go through to find some good people? Because I don't want people thinking like, oh, that, everyone that you sign up is like a rock star, because that's
no, it's a lot of people. I would say, oh gosh, I hate numbers, but I get probably a good working coach out of every 50-ish people I actually talk to and invite. Maybe.
And then how about like once you send them that email, like do a lot of people never respond even after they signed up?
Oh yeah, it's a handful. Yeah. I would say with this new process, a majority of them are actually doing it and starting off good. But there are a lot of coaches who just don't even do anything with it. They don't even start their fitness journey.
What do you think was the difference between what you were doing before and what you were doing now? Like, is there like
I think being more personable with, having them text me. And I know a lot of people are like, oh God, like I know when I heard, I think it was Ashley LaShure who said she gives them her phone number. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of people I would have to talk to throughout the day if they have my phone number. But in reality, all those people are not going to work the business. So you're not going to be texting a lot of people.
And I was watching, I think Carl did like a surge. Was it yesterday? Monday? Right? Yeah. Yesterday. And like how you were holding people accountable to actually signing people up. He just said like, just help them sign up 2 people within the first day. Mm-hmm. And he would say like, who are those 2 people? And even like because he said like, all right, if you don't have 2 people, then sorry, this business isn't for you. And I think like my tough love is sometimes we have to do that too. Is like, you're going through like a new coach training, or you're helping your new coach get started right. And I think that's a simple question. Who's 2 people that you can talk to today? And if they're like, oh, I don't know, I'm too scared. Well, you know what? Maybe this isn't for you right now, because you want people that are going to run, and then you can say, oh, let's just have you in a challenge group and you can start there, versus spinning your wheels thinking, this is going to be my coach, but they can't even come up with 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just having that accountability of like, all right, give me a list. Great. They gave you a list. Now let's work on the list and actually talk to these people. Cause I think like mentally people will be like, oh yeah, this person, that person, but they don't actually they don't have an actual list of names. They don't actually go and have that conversation with them. So I think you working alongside with them, I think that's a big
Yeah, I'm glad you said that too, because I forgot to mention that. The reason I have them make a list of people that they can see working the business, just because as a coach, you should always figure out the weakness of your team. And I feel like the weakness of my team and new coaches is that they're scared to invite to the coaching opportunity. So I've been really trying to put that in the forefront where they get comfortable with sharing the coaching opportunity more than a virtual gym.
Yeah, I think I can say we are the same way. Absolutely. So yeah, putting that out there first, and then it doesn't even seem so scary.
Right.
Awesome. Adriana had a question. Do you send your welcome email to discount coaches or just coaches that want to work the business?
I used to do discount coaches, but it never really helped me. So I don't even waste my time do that. I really just focus on getting them started in their fitness journey and going with that route. So I only send it to working coaches now.
Cool. Anybody else have any questions? Anything they want to add? Nobody wants to show their face tonight. See a few. No, we're all silent today. Yeah, go. Adriana.
Okay. All right. Hey, guys. Ashley, thank you so much for talking with us tonight. I really like your idea of sending out the welcome email and then kind of having them complete the steps, because it does get people to take action right away, which I think is important, because it's really kind of easy to just kind of hide and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do something, but then you're really not doing anything. So that's good. But I was wondering, like, how long does it take people usually to go through all those steps? Because like, it's like, okay, click on this link for your, how to set up your direct deposit, but then there's like 10 other things on there. So like, is it a matter of like a day or like a week for people to go through that?
It depends on the person, really. My past, I'd say 5 people did it within a day. And I've had people who they're still doing it and they signed up like a week ago. So it really depends on the person. You know, some people are really busy. And I tell them too, like, this is nothing you have to do right away. And I always tell them this business is based on you and your goals. So if it's something that you really want to run with right now, then, you know, finish it quick and let's get started. But if, you know, you just want to take it at your own pace and do it little by little, then do that. That's totally fine. So I remind them of that. But yeah, it just really depends on the person.
I think that's really awesome. And it kind of reminds me of how Lisa Hansen always says, you know, she works with the willing and she kind of like lets the coach lead the pace, you know, and she's only going to like work with them as much as they're willing to work. So I think that's a good way to show right off the bat, like, okay, who wants it? Who's willing to take all the steps? So I really like that.
Yeah, definitely. I always say this too, because somebody else said it and I loved it. But the energy they put in is the energy you should give. So I tell them that right from the start too. Like, if you want to run this business, whatever energy you're putting in, I'm going to put it in with you and we're going to do this together. So that way they know if they're not putting energy in, that's why I'm not right there with them 24/7.
And I think it's like the excitement too. Like, I remember being a brand new coach. Like, I got on every single, like, back in the day, it was conference calls. Like, we didn't have videos. Like, you dial in this number and you get on this conference call. But I would get on every single one I possibly could, just because I knew I needed this to work for me. So if you find people like that can go through those videos in a day because they're just so excited, hell yeah, I'm gonna like work with that person way more than trying to drag somebody who can't watch something in a week, you know.
Yep.
It's just, and their excitement is going to help you get more excited, and then other people are going to get excited because you know, it's just that whole kind of effect. If you're trying to drag people, you're going to feel that desperation trying to invite other people, whereas if you're being fueled by somebody's excitement once they come in, then when you go to invite other people, you're going to be putting out that excitement. So going with the positive feelings versus letting these people aren't working. Okay, good. I'll go find people that want to work this and who are excited to see this through.
Yep.
And then Ashley, you used what was it Google to do the
Step-by-step training.
Yeah, Google
Google Forms. Yeah,
Google Forms. And Adriana, we have it in our team page I don't know if you've ever seen like our team training. It's the same like Google form. It's like the same way that we have it. So, I mean, we might have a little bit more info in there, but you can definitely like take bits and pieces or just use that one. I mean, I don't think you should reinvent the wheel completely until, what would you say, like your 2-star, and you have a good solid team underneath.
Yeah, even then, because I remember when I first became 2-star, I was trying to make my own website and my own trainings and everything with my own team name on it. And it's a time waster. I'd rather you guys go invite 50 people than do that, because that's going to grow your business. You guys have already all this stuff. You don't need your own team name on it. You don't need any of that stuff. If you have that downtime where you've already invited all your people, you already did your power hour, then yeah, do that stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't focus on it now. And if you guys already have like a training, just create that email and just say, hey, do this training here, or plug it in.
Yeah, and I think the key really is give me a list of 50 people and let's get working on it.
No, yeah, it really is, because I used to focus on all these other things and then I wouldn't focus on actually talking to people.
Yeah.
So you just need to talk to people and do the basics.
Yep. Awesome. All right, everybody. Ashley, thank you. Thank you, as always. Have a good night.
Thank you guys.
And enjoy. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.